What's up, bitches? I'm back after like, what, 4 months? And before that it was like fucking year. But I don't have to post consistently because guess what? I have like 10 subscribers and nobody cares. Not having to keep commitment is fun. Anyways, today we are talking about Mario fan art. And I'm not talking about like the nice fan art that like every sane person draws. I'm talking about that cringe shit. So as any of you who were also born around like mid-2000s and had an unhealthy obsession with like any Mario content know, there's a lot of interesting Mario content out there. There's also a lot of concerning Mario content out there. If you want to go for like good content, early Super Mario Logan was good. I say early because that's when he was doing Mario content. Tripolar was also a childhood staple. Even Bowser Power, if you want to get into like some kind of niche subjects. You know what's not cool and nostalgic like that? Incest. Or vor. Or any of the various weird subjects we'll cover in today's video. I have about like 20 interesting pictures to go through today, and I hope you enjoy as much as you can. I also want to put a warning here. Not all of the content in this video is going to be like suited for everybody. It's kind of weird and fucked up. But if you're into that shit, here you go. Also, I don't know why, but I chose to wear one of my non-Mario shirts. It's still like a gaming shirt, but it's not one of my Mario shirts. But you know what? It's fine. So first off, we have one of the most normal images we're gonna get here, and it's still kind of odd. It's not like bad, but it's off-putting, you know? You can tell there's little oddness, but it's otherwise, other than like the slight oddity to it, you know, it's fine, it's normal, you know. But so far as art standards go, it's a pretty nice looking piece, you know. It's good colors. Other things to say about it? Next up, we have a slightly more lewd piece, I'd say. It's not too bad, but it's not the best. It's not too bad considering what we're going to get into later on, but you know, it's one of those pieces that definitely had like little me drooling over Luigi. Also, yes, I was a cringy fanfic girl growing up, but like, let's just ignore that. As far as like art standards go, it's another like pretty well created piece. It's something that like as a kid or younger I would have been like, okay, yeah, that's some really good art, and I'm still like, it's some pretty decent art. But I hope you know it gets worse from here. Immediately, like I said, it gets worse. Why is Luigi a femboy? Why is Luigi always depicted as a femboy? Like, I get that he's shy, but that doesn't necessarily immediately make him a femboy. And that's like something I see a lot, is like any semi-shy character being labeled as a femboy. I kinda get it, but like, I don't know. It's odd to me. Also, why is he doing that like classic like, ooh, don't look at my groin area, you know, despite the fact that I'm only wearing a shirt. Don't look at my groin area, how dare you. Also, is he a tanuki or a fox in this picture? It's kind of confusing, because since it's Mario, you would assume it's a tanuki, but based off of the colors, it looks a lot more like a fox. Speaking of Luigi being a furry, here's some more interesting art like that. And this time we get a nice view of that juicy rump. We also got some of that nice classic anime blush going on, you know, for all of you fangirls. I like the nice little over-the-shoulder side angle. Like what? Oh no, I'm not doing anything. What are you talking about? Did I do that? I don't think that's staying in the video. Probably not, but we'll see. And for the fifth item on this interesting list of fan art, we have a much more tame piece, still adding the odd furry elements to Luigi. However, he's fully clothed, and I commend that. It looks like a lot of these pieces are by the same artists. I will probably block out the, like, tags. Maybe not. I don't know. These are all from, like, early in the day, like 2010s. But if I see, like, some of them are still active, I'll probably blur out the names. Admittedly, I do really like their style. I feel like it is a really good 2D alternative to, like, the classic 3D models. I also really like the shading on some areas, like the tail and the ears and like the piercings. I think the shading there is like really good. Moving up the ladder quickly in concerning and cringiness, we have some incest. This time Mario gets the privilege of being the femboy in this scenario, and I guess you wouldn't say it's Luigi, I'd say it's Mr. L, which is also a very prominent figure in these fan arts. And for some reason, they like shipping him with Mario. They like shipping Luigi with Mario. People just really like incest. I don't get it. In this picture, Mario is also a furry. They're just giving Mario the femboy treatment as well, which is odd because I kind of see why like people would do that to Luigi, but I don't get it with Mario, you know, but to each their own, I guess. Getting into more incest. This is like the incest section. Most videos you don't have an incest section in, but you know, this one we have to. In this piece, Mario's saying, "Hey sexy boy, wanna have fun?" And then you have like the little classic squiggly line, and then a heart, just in case you didn't get the point across enough. And in this one, Mario is straight up topping Luigi. At least in the last one, you know, we had some role reversal, you know, Mr. L being on top, which I mean, I guess I kind of get. Mr. L is known as more of a dominant figure. If you've played Super Paper Mario, you know what I mean. Interesting to see Mario on top, I guess, but Mario on top is a very common theme in these next few images you'll see. I also like how at least Luigi looks like he's seen someone get murdered in front of his eyes. Like, I feel like that would be an appropriate reaction if my brother came up and was like, "Hey, sexy boy, let's fuck." You know, the appropriate reaction would be, "What the fuck are you on right now?" And or, "What the fuck?" You know. My ring. Ooh, and now it looks like they've moved to the bedroom. Yay. We see Mario on top this time, except at least he's more clothed. Luigi is not. Luigi seems to have gotten full ass naked. I don't think anyone wanted to see that. But this time, concerningly, Luigi seems a lot more into it. That's not good. Yep, I'm just leaving it at that. So we keep chugging along through this beautiful art. We see even further progression of them both naked and making out. Yay. That's exactly what I wanted to see at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm being sarcastic. No shit. I really like all the anime sparkles. You know, this is something I feel like you'd see in some really odd, obscure, incestual romance anime. So, I mean, at least they've got their genre right. I also like how it looks like the mustaches are blending in, so it just looks like they have like a conjoined mustache. Also, why is Luigi's nose so big it's covering Mario's face? I mean, damn, if those rumors are true, his dick must be huge. And as we just keep going through this, you can see it just keeps getting worse and worse. Now, it looks like they've gotten done with whatever brotherly love activities they've done tonight. And it looks like they're oh so tired. Just beads of sweat pouring down their face, even their hair is shiny. And Mario is just hugging on to his brother for dear life. When people say, "get along with your brother," they don't mean this well. And if normal Mario and Luigi making out is getting too vanilla for you at this point, we have Mr. L and Mr. M. Mr. M being the fandom's evil version of Mario, which is not canonical as Mr. L is. But canon or not, they seem to just love making out. I love how if you zoom in, you can see their little tongues poking out at each other. That's what I wanted to see tonight. This is just bad. I don't know why I'm subjecting myself, or whoever hates themselves enough to watch this video, to this, but I've already gotten into this, so you're coming with me, bitch. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it did. Following the aftermath of that passionate lovemaking session, it looks like Mario got pregnant. This time it's Mario and Mr. L, you know, again, if you want to call back to that one image. It looks like whenever Mr. L is involved, Mario seems to be the bottom, or whether opposed to like whenever it's just regular Mario and Luigi seems to be the bottom. I'm kind of upset that there seems to be like consistent things in these fan arts. Like, that's just saddening to me. Oh, and if you look at the text here, Mr. L is going, "You like a little rub on your tummy, question mark?" And Mario, just so stunned, so flustered, goes, just too flustered to speak. I know if I was 8 months pregnant and the evil version of my brother came along, I'd be so flustered. I also just love how the line on his stomach also goes onto his shirt, so you can see the like little bulge line on his stomach through his shirt. That's just so hot. I want to rub up on that belly. When it looks like up next in this beautiful image, more pregnant Mario, but at this time seems like it's Mr. M. I don't know why Mario's the one who is being pregnant. You'd assume with Luigi's history of being feminized and being such a femboy that he would be the one pregnant in these scenarios, but apparently not, you know? In this image, opposed to the last one, Mario seems to be pissed at Mr. L. Or I guess in this case, Mr. M is pissed at Mr. L. Also, Mr. L is just so nonchalant. Like, Mr. M looks like he could kill Mr. L, but Mr. L is just very like, whatever. Up next, you guessed it, more pregnant Mario. This time it's just normal Mario and Mr. L, because, you know, that's so normal. Totally. But again, in this one, Mario seems pissed. I don't know, I mean, I'd be pissed too if my brother got me pregnant, you know? I'd also be pissed if I was a cis man and pregnant, you know, but we ain't even gonna get into that. We ain't even gonna get into the empreg of this. We're just gonna leave it on the... Well, I mean, it itself gets into the empreg, but, you know, we're just gonna ignore the fact that it's empreg and just focus on the incest here, because I don't want to. I don't want to get into the fact. I don't want to get into how fucking weird this shit is. Also, why in this one does Mario look so much bigger than Mr. L? I get he's in front, and maybe it's just the proportions of Mr. L's head, but he looks so much smaller compared to Mario. And not like in a shorter way, in like a just like shrunken down way. Or I guess in this one, it's not directly said that he got him pregnant, but it's heavily implied. But who knows, maybe Mario and Peach fooled around and, you know, used the strap on a little too hard. This beautiful image, which seems to be, sadly, our last Mario x Luigi empreg picture, is arguably the weirdest. Mario is tied up and maybe enjoying himself, but maybe also upset. He has a very unclear facial expression. Also, can someone please get this man clothes that fit? Like, they make pregnancy clothes. You don't have to be wearing a shirt that's essentially a crop top because it doesn't fit, you know? If you want to wear a crop top, go ahead and wear a crop top. But, like, that can't be comfortable, right? It, like, is probably constricting his stomach. I hope he knows that there are clothes that will fit him. But I don't know, maybe it's just hotter that way for people. I also love the weird choice that nothing in this picture has, like, spots of, like, light shading, except for specifically Mario's shoes. Just his shoes have, like, little light spots. Other than that, nothing else does. Mr. L is again being all so smug and being like, yeah, I kidnapped you, bitch. Which, I mean, that's not how I would feel after kidnapping someone, but to each their own. Moving on from the empreg, we've got some vor. Yay. To those who don't know what vor is, lucky you. You'll figure out very quickly, I assume. Now this one is arguably maybe not vor, but it's fucking vor, man. You know, you know it's gonna be vor. After this, like after, you know that from the context of this picture, it's turning into vor. Now, one could make an argument that this isn't necessarily vor, and it's just some really weird size kink, but I'd say it's just leading up to the vor, you know? But whether it's a size kink or vor, it's certainly weird. Also, it looks like Luigi has his indistinguishable animal ears back now, which is fun, which I don't know if that means it's the same artist as the other ones. The style is would be consistent of it, but I don't know. And again, at least in this one, Mario has a understandable facial expression. Looks sickened and scared, which is exactly how I'd be if I was a quarter of the size of my brother, and he was gonna eat me. I also love the small detail of Luigi just salivating so much because this is gonna be the tastiest snack he's ever had. Ooh, and now he gets some self-zest. Self-zest is always interesting. It's confusing to me though, because it's always supposed to be Luigi, obviously, and he's obviously vored somebody. But I can't tell if it's supposed to be just another copy of himself or if it's supposed to be Mr. L. I would immediately say it is supposed to be Mr. L, but he's missing his mask and he has green clothes instead of like his signature black jumpsuit, so it's confusing. So it might just be straight up self-zest. Either way, it's very odd. I also hate the amount of detail in like the stomach. Like all of like the little wet spots, it just looks so uncomfortable. Also, I love how in this picture, Luigi looks like an anime protagonist who just had his, like, just realized he did something so fucked up, which he did. He fucking vored himself, I think. And himself, who is in his stomach, looks just as scared. But also seems a lot more calm than I would be in that situation. And to keep with the theme of Luigi swallowing people, we have another lovely image, but this time, clearly Luigi feels no remorse, and he's very happy on the meal he just consumed. This time his meal was Mr. M, apparently. This one is even weirder to me, because Mr. M doesn't even look scared, or like, anything, or like, he doesn't look scared or anything, he just looks pissed off, or not even pissed off, mildly inconvenienced. I would be a little bit more mildly inconvenienced if I was fucking swallowed by somebody. Also, I know I was commenting about how, like, uncomfortable, like, the wet spots on the last image looked, but something's even more unsettling about the fact that Mr. M is the only wet thing in this image. Like, he is in someone's intestines and or stomach. I feel like it should be a little bit more wet than that. Or at least, if someone's not gonna make the background wet, why is he wet? You know? Be consistent here, artists. I'm kidding. Kind of. Kind of. So, this time, it looks like Mr. L's doing the voring instead of Luigi. But, carrying the theme, it seems, he also ate Mario. And in this image, we get some dialogue, too. He's saying, "Like your new home, Mario?" Question mark. And then after that, you have the, whatever emoji you'd consider this. It's like the smiley face, but with like the menacing eyebrows. And this one's extra concerning to me because of the amount of detail it has in it. Like, you can tell someone took some extra time to add like the shading on this. Why? I mean, I get doing that kind of thing for money, but why is someone into that in the first place? I'm interested in like I might have to look into that. I wonder like the psychology of that. Hold on. Why are people into vor? Okay, I'm looking on Reddit, on an Ask Reddit thread, and one person commented, "For many people it's a sexual thing, but for a minority of vor fans, including myself, don't have any sexual interest. I've been into it since I was very young, like 7-ish. This answer is going to require a bit of background information. The vor community, there is a bit of a divide between people who prefer the creature being eaten, prey, being digested, and others who prefer to see prey be spat out unharmed. I personally fall into the latter category of this. Yeah, I know, it's physically impossible, but whatever. Scientific accuracy is for dinosaurs. The thing about vor that appeals to me is the closeness and intimacy involved. I mean, it's literally letting someone inside you in a weird, abstract way. It's really cute. Think of it as like cuddling taken to the extreme. But for reasons I'd prefer not to get into, I was a really lonely kid, so this kind of intense intimacy really appealed to me. It's bizarre, I know, but that's human psychology for you. I'm probably explaining this terribly, to be honest. I mean, I kind of get that. Like, that's still fucking weird to me. But I kind of get it, you know? Like, I feel like intense cuddling is just sex. And I feel like you can achieve the same thing with sex, you know? But, I mean, it's odd and extreme, but I guess I get where this person's coming from. Getting back to the original premise of this video, which is the cringy Mario fan art, we've arrived at our last piece today. And this one changed up the status quo of this vor, which is, this time it's Mr. M doing the voring. And in this one, you can hear who is assumably Luigi, based on the text being green, yelling, "Help, Mario!" And considering he's in a version of Mario's stomach, I don't think he's getting much help from Mario. And in this one, Mr. M looks so satisfied with himself too. Like, he just had the best Thanksgiving dinner he's ever had, which maybe he did. I don't know how humans taste. Don't want to find out. Well, I say I've tortured myself enough for today's video. If you liked it, I don't understand why, but if you found this entertaining at least, I don't know, like this video, I guess. If you want me to react and look at some Mario fanfictions and stuff, I will do that. I might do that anyways, because, like, I kind of want to. I was, like, really into fanfiction as a kid. Still kind of am, to be honest. As someone who's, like, really into, like, Mario fanfiction and stuff as a kid, I have a lot of first-hand knowledge on some very interesting Mario fanfictions. So, maybe I'll do that next time. Probably will. Anyways, if you liked it, I guess subscribe. And have a nice day. Bye.